patriarchy is like a way that society is structured. It's enforced by everybody because in some ways men and women benefit from it. In some ways men and women hurt from it. But there are the way that we suffer under it, arguably, is subjective in whether or not it's good or bad. So for instance, like I imagine on this side of the table, people would say that women being relegated to relatively narrow roles and how they could participate in the house and society, they consider that a good thing. Feminists traditionally would say, well, women being relegated to narrow roles in the house would be a bad thing, right? So it's hard to say that like, is patriarchy good or bad? It's just like a form of organizing society, the same way that a matriarchy would be, the same way egalitarian would be. There's going to be pros and cons to every type of organization, right? Even patriarchy in some ways is incredibly beneficial to how society is arranged. It makes like figuring out gender roles and households and everything incredibly fucking simple. And it gives really clear guidelines for how men are supposed to act and how women are supposed to act. That's like a benefit. For sure. But in some ways it's a negative.
Destiny arguing for patriarchy right
but
now.
In some ways it's a negative because you might have an incredibly talented pool of women that could be contributing to society in really positive ways that are now basically relegated to being barefoot and pregnant in their homes all the time because we don't really want their contributions.